Hello everyone, welcome to Crafty Bones with Jennifer. I have some acquisitions that I'd like to show you, and I have a WIP that I'm working on, and I also have a little tutorial on something using a fork. I think we all have one of these in our house. Plastic one won't work though, it does need to be metal. Alright, so first acquisitions. I went to Joann because I had received a 20% off your total purchase coupon, and it didn't say it excluded clearance or it wasn't a doorbuster sale, but they had a so many days sale, and I was still getting 20% off of those things. But this was a clearance item, and it is just a little sign that lights up. I have it back here. Right there. It doesn't light up very well though. I think the LEDs might be turned the wrong way in there. Maybe that's why it was on clearance. I'll have to open it up and look at it. But it was $7.47, but I got 20% off of that. Also at Joann, they had fabric squares for 99 cents. And this was part of the sale that they had going on. So I didn't think I would get 20%. I went to one Joann and I did a test on the clearance sign and on some fabric that was already on sale that wasn't a doorbuster either, and then on the fabric squares, which were on some special sew thing. So I thought I would pick up some fabric squares because I'm thinking of making some project bags with them. So I have two of this. Look familiar? I'm doing a lot of bones lately, I think, and dogs. And two of this. I think they would make a really cute project bag, an inside and an outside. I have two of these little like colored bubbles and circles, and then in the same colors is constellations. So I have two of each of those. I thought those would make a good project bag. Then I have a kitty cat face with little yarn balls right here, and there's two of those. And that I thought would be cute with this purple kitty. And then I have paws and this very interesting, it almost looks like an oil fabric, but I thought those would be cute together. All right, so those I paid 80 cents for, 79 cents, something like that. Oh, sorry, excuse me. And I make receiving blankets. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that. But I have needed some more boy-oriented fabric. At least that's what everyone's been asking me for. So I got dinosaur skeletons. So it's boys and it's bones. Yay! And I got Chihuahua tacos. So it's a Chihuahua with a taco body, and it's got chilies and tortilla chips and avocados and all that kind of cute stuff on it. So those will make good receiving blankets for boys. And I was at Kroger, and I am forever a fan of clearance. And they had a 7 of them. I bought 2, and I'll show you why. But little beanie babies, they were $2.79. Look at those cute little buck teeth. It's a beaver. So cute. And for the same price, Bumblebee. Really adorable. Little wings. Now, I only got 2 of those because about, a couple of weeks ago, I think right after my last video, Menard's had a sale. And you could get an 8.5-inch plush stuffed animal. They were $4.99, and then there was a mail-in rebate for $4.99 up to 4. So I bought 4 of them, and I already got my mail-in rebate back, so I didn't pay anything for them but sales tax. They're a little bit bigger than I would normally use on a lovey, but it was free. It was sales tax. So $5, I paid 35 cents for them. 35 cents is the sales tax. So cute. And you know, I wasn't even trying to buy a rainbow anymore. It just seems like that's what I keep finding. So I think I bought 5. It looks like I might have bought 5 of them, so I got 4 of them free. I bought 6. I lied. Purple cheetah. Purple is the best color ever. So naturally I have a lot of purple yarn that can go with this. My concern only is that the rubber band is going to be a little tight on his neck. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then the last one is a husky. So cute. Now they are copies because I know that Ty has a rainbow owl and a rainbow unicorn and a rainbow teddy bear with these giant eyes. And these are not Ty. They're not Beanie Babies, but they are so cute. Okay, also at Joann, since the first thing I bought on clearance gave me the 20% off, I went to a second Joann's and was hoping that I would get the clearance at the second Joann's. I think it might have been limited to items other than yarn, because I've been watching this yarn at one of my Joann's for months. It's been on clearance, and they never had the sale that so many of the Joann's had that was 50% additional off on the clearance. But I did get 10 of these. This is the ZZ Twist from Lion Brand. The color is coral. It is a 4-weight, and it's a recommended crochet hook of a J10 or 6 millimeters, and a knitting needle of 7 or 4.5 millimeters. Now, I've been wanting to try the Z Twist because the Z Twist is made for crocheters. Typical yarn like this is what they call an S twist, and the S twist is spun this direction, and it's spun this direction at the mill. Because it's spun this direction, when right-handed crocheters crochet, it will spin back and try to unravel, and that's what I think a lot of people deal with, is unraveling regular S twist yarn. The Z twist being designed for crocheters, it's spun the opposite direction, and because of that, it is not supposed to unravel when you crochet with it. So I haven't used it yet, but each of these is 246 yards, and I have 10 of them. So 2,400 square yards, or 2,400 linear yards, should get me a pretty decent sized blanket. I think I'm going to do something in the round so that it can be as big as it wants to be, and I don't mistakenly make my starter chain too small and then have a bunch left over. That's not what I'm looking to do. I'd like to use it all in one project. So if I do it in the round, then I won't have to worry about that. Now, it does say it's a 4-weight. I suppose it could be, but it kind of feels more like a 3-weight. But I am going to stick with a larger hook because I always crochet way too tightly. And I don't know, I mean, 6 millimeters is kind of small for me. I might go to a 6.5. I probably wouldn't do anything larger than that. All right, so I have 10 of those, and it's all in that pretty coral color. But I'd like to make an interesting project with that. So, now, some of you are probably familiar with these. These are pom-pom makers. I have a couple of different ones, but these ones I haven't used yet. These ones I got on clearance when Pat Catan's was going out of business in my area. So I haven't used these yet, but I will show you how to use these. But these will make super big, super fluffy, way compact pom-poms without a problem. But I wanted to show you how to make a quick pom-pom with just a fork. And I use the quick pom-poms on my fork when I'm making baby booties. I have a baby booty pattern that I do that is a rubber ducky. And you do a yellow booty, and then with the yellow yarn you make a pom-pom that becomes the duck's head, and then you cut a piece of gray felt into an oval and you sew it in there with a piece of the yellow yarn so that the baby can't bite it off, and it becomes a rubber ducky. If I have a picture of a pair that I've made recently, I will insert it in here. But let me show you how to make a fork pom-pom. Okay, so here we are. We have our fork, we have a pair of scissors, and we have a little scrap of yarn that I caked up. This is a leftover bit of a sweet roll in the color Citrus Pop. I used it on a corner-to-corner blanket, I believe. So, feed a piece of string down the center here so that you have it. Go around the fork. You don't need to do it a lot. If you try to do too much when it's on the fork, it's really not going to tie well for you. All right. So now I've snipped it off like this. Feed it through the center there. And back up through the center here. And this one we're going to feed back through in the right direction. All right. Pull it tightly. It's much better if you pull it tightly. So 1 and 2. All right, so if you were to try and cut with it on the fork, it's not going to work. So we do have to pull it off to do that. But before I pull it off, I am going to try and make it just a little tighter. I fed one through here and then wrapped this one through there. So the reason you want it really tight is because these strings, once they're cut, are only going to be 1 inch long, so you don't want them to be able to slip out very easily. All right, so we slide it off of the fork. This probably would have been easier with smaller scissors. You're just going to cut all these loops. Now I suppose you could do a pom-pom with anything that has a gap in it like that. I believe I saw someone do it with ribbon on the back of a chair. All right, so you get the idea. If I had a little more wraps in there, it'd be fuller. But it works well, like I said, just for a tiny, tiny little pom-pom. And then you have your 2 strings that you left down here. You can leave them longer, and then you can use them to sew them into your project or whatever. But I would not recommend these if you were worried about washing. I really wouldn't wash these. So wherever you attach them, make sure that this is tied in like a bow so it can come off. Just like if you would make a hat, you would make the pom-pom on the top of the hat easily removable so that you can wash it. But that's just how you make a quick pom-pom with a fork. All right. Okay, and last but not least is the WIP that I'm working on. I am doing the Study in Texture. This is the 2nd or 3rd time that I've made this blanket. This time I am doing it in Red Heart Super Saver. This is, it's amazing. I like this color, but this is the Fruity Stripe. It is a 4-weight medium with a recommended crochet hook of 5.5 millimeters and knitting needle of 5 millimeters. It comes as a 5-ounce ball and it is 236 yards. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is my 8th skein so far of this. So I am up over 1,600 yards. The original pattern from Yarnspirations, you can see I've used it a couple of times, but it actually calls for 10 balls of Bernat Pop, and they're 280 yards. So basically 2,800 yards is what is typically used on this Afghan. And it says that it will be 52 inches square. The last time I made it, I did use Bernat Pop. I used 8 balls instead of 10, and it was smaller because of how tightly I crochet, and I even went up a crochet hook size. I always get my gauge right, and then it never matches at the end. Okay, so let me show you what the original looked like. That was done in Bernat Pop lipstick on my collar, or lipstick on his collar. Lipstick on your collar. Alright, and here is the hook I'm using. It is a J 5.75. I don't know what it is about Red Heart, but I seem to get close on the gauge with the recommended hook size on Red Heart. So let me open this up for you. So this is what it looks like so far. I don't think that it's close to 52 inches because my wingspan is 6 feet. And I think this is much smaller than 4 feet. And I am on okay, found it. I am on the 49th row of 54. So almost done. I imagine it will be that much longer on each side, so about 4 inches wider on every side. I don't know. We'll see how big it is when I finish. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching Crafty Bones, and happy crocheting.